Well, hi, hey, hello everyone. So normally what I do, and this is usually done on Fridays, hopefully, but it is Sunday, obviously, is Friday Fives. But because I've been trying to do a little bit more book stuff, more reading, more focusing on my book that I am writing, I have missed a few. And I really wanted to do them this month because it's more of a wild card month. So instead of doing a Friday 5, I'm here to bring you a Friday 15. So I have picked like 3 sort of categories, and I'm going to tell you about music or whatever that I like within them. And I'm just going to do the whole damn thing in this video. So, the first category. Now, I have talked about albums that I like, that are my favorite, and ones that grew on me. So now, I'm going to go with my favorite openers, like the first opening songs on them. Well, they're not those. These are just songs that I like that are openers. They're not necessarily my absolute favorite songs from these artists, or my favorite CDs from them. It's just the ones that I think are great opening songs. So at number 5, I have No Freedom by Dido. She has been my favorite for years. This song is not my favorite from her. I kind of like the message in the song, but I'm not a fan of repeated choruses. But it's just a little bit more lively than some of the other stuff she has, and I think it's a great, way just to open up something. The next one is Army of Me by Björk. This one has been out for years. It's just an awesome song, and I love the version in Sucker Punch. That was like a really awesome remix. Then at number 3 is Florence and the Machine's Ship Wreck. That one, it just, again, much like Dido's No Freedom, it's just very lively. It just kind of really brings you in, and yeah, that whole thing was awesome. But I do kind of still prefer Ceremonials in some ways. Then number 2 is probably from one of my favorite CDs next to No Angel, which is Tori Amos's Boys for Pele. And the opening track is Beauty Queen Horses. It's like half and half song, I guess. It's like one half is beauty queens and the other half is horses, but really the most important is horses, because that one, that just kind of brings you just into this other world. Like, it's so imaginative. At least to me it is. Then number 1, even though I love Fallen, Going Under isn't my favorite opener. It's a good song, but Sweet Sacrifice really just beats that. I just love her voice in the beginning of that, and just how it's kind of low, and then the whole thing just kind of grows and everything. It's just fantastic. So that is my 5 for my favorite openers. Oh, by the way, I should mention that Ship the Wreck is on How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful. Army of Me is on Post. No Freedom is on Girl Who Got Away. Horses is on Boys for Pele. And Sweet Sacrifice is on The Open Door. So, the next one is songs that have different versions of them. Like, maybe they did it a different way live, or they just have a different version in their demo and stuff like that. So here goes. At number 5 is the unplugged version that I heard of I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry. I love the original. I love this one. This one's a little bit more slowed down. It's like a little bit more of a jazzy nightclub kind of version. It's kind of cool. The next one is Sweet Eyed Baby by Dido, which is called Don't Think of Me on her album No Angel. But this was like the demo version of it. This one's much slower, much more laid back. Oh my god. And both versions are really good. One's a little bit more on the angrier side for pop music, and like I said, the other one's just a little bit more laid back. Number 3 is Hey Jupiter, which is also on Boys for Pele. This one I'm talking about comes from the single, and I believe it was called the Dakota remix or something like that. I could be wrong. But the back-end music, the beat and everything is a lot different, whereas the album version is much slower, much softer. This one, it has the same effect as the original one. They changed, like, the ending, or she changed the ending. I like them both, but I wish they would have kept all the lyrics from the original in this one, but it's still really good. And then the next two, which are 2 and 1, are both from Evanescence, and they are Imaginary, which that one has at least 2 more versions. I really like the piano version and I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. But I think it might have been the version on Origin. I don't think the one on Origin is the same as the one on Fallen. But there's been a couple versions of Imaginary, and they are all just awesome. And then My Immortal. So that one has 2 different versions on Fallen. It has like the regular soft version, which is lovely and sad, and then you have the band version, which is a little bit more powerful, and then another one with a more powerful, piano intro would be the piano vocal version, is what it's usually called on YouTube. So, just another reason why it's my favorite song. No matter what style I hear it in, even covers, it's just a beautiful song. And then, my last 5. So, I was watching The Lawn Gnome, who you should watch, because he's awesome. He did his Friday 5, his last one, on the Spice Girls. Now, my favorite Spice Girl, oddly enough, was Sporty. And I say that because I was never into sports, but I really loved her voice and everything. And, she did like a short solo project. Well, not short. I mean, she did a CD or 2, like an album or 2. But, you never really heard too much of their solo stuff. After they, did them, they didn't really keep pursuing it. But still, she will be on this list. My next list is people who were in bands. Either they might have done solo stuff before, I don't know, but I'm focusing on what I know. So, people who are in bands and their solo stuff. Starting at number 5 is Gwen Stefani. I like Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt. Don't Speak, still an amazing song. And I wasn't too crazy about her second one, like her second album. I can't even think what the damn songs are now. But I think the first one was called Love Angel Music Baby. That's the one I'm talking about, Like, she did the one, If I Were a Rich Girl and stuff like that. Those songs were just fun. I like that one. The next one is Justin Timberlake, because Cry Me a River. Who has never wanted to tell anybody that? Oh my god. And, he does have good voice, and I think he could do well outside of NSYNC. Mirrors was a good one, but it's so overplayed. The next one is Fergie. She's one of the few pop acts lately in the last few years whose CD I actually bought. I bought the Duchess. I don't have it anymore, but those songs were fun. She also had kind of deep stuff too for somebody that was, like I said, more pop based. Voodoo, I think it was called Voodoo Doll, was kind of more on the dark side. Fergalicious is just fun. Now coming in at number 2 is Mel C, Northern Star. Beautiful song. She also had a few other ones, but Northern Star also, it just really sticks with you. Just her voice in that one. It's very 2000s, Dido, Enya-ish kind of stuff, but coming from a Spice Girl. That's what it kind of reminded me of. And like I said, her voice is just so unique. And then at number 1, I never listened to the band. Like, I've heard their music and it was okay, but I was just never a big fan. And that's Harry Styles, which I believe was in One Direction. I heard, what's the damn song called now? Oh my god. Sign of the Times. And then I started listening to some of his other stuff, and the guy's got a really good voice. And apparently he wrote the song, and it's really meaningful and such. And I really love that. And it's just really powerful. And I like when people write their own stuff, and they just write these great ballads and everything. So that is my Friday 15. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.